Hello everybody and welcome back. Today is day 9 of buying the cheapest self-PV kit on the internet, and today finally something happened. The panels showed up. I was expecting that, and it was actually, they were meant to come today. It's the only thing that has arrived so far, but I'm pretty happy that they're here because they're basically the most important thing of building your own PV system. In the meantime, well, in the time between, I've actually been really busy profiling the energy consumption of my house, because I didn't really know before. So I got myself a small, well, I built a small kit that can read my Ferrari's meter, and it basically measures every watt that I use, and it can tell me how much I used in what time. And it's been really useful. And also, we happen to have 2 power outages within the past 2 weeks, which helped me find some of the, well, more hidden users of the power that I'm seeing. And let's go over this for a second. So on a normal day, I have a normal standby use of about 380 watts, and that is a lot of small things like TVs, I don't know, the heating, the central heating, what it just takes, and it just adds up. I mean, we basically have 3 or 4 large TVs here with satellite receivers, and the couple of those actually, they consume a lot of power. And I was quite surprised to find that one of those TVs actually wakes up every 2 hours, and it goes from consuming like 5 watts to something right over 35 for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then it shuts back down again. The manual didn't say so, and I was quite surprised. The other big thing that surprised me was I have 2 fairly new Wi-Fi routers in the house that can cover the whole house, and they sum up to about 60 watts always. I wasn't expecting that, but I checked with the product sheet, and well, yeah, they can go over 25 watts each if they choose to do so. That was a surprise. And well, in normal use, that sums up to about let's say 400 watts to 450 watts. There's some variations in that, and I also have some servers running, like the servers that just record everything that's happening right around the house, with the heating, with the power, with solar and everything. And I have a small website running on them, stuff like that. And with a value of 420 watts, not including, like, for example, my solar water, which turns on when the sun comes out, which also adds another 140 to 150 watts to that. I can actually expect not to ever feed anything back into the grid, which makes a self-PV, a solar PV system that basically just works for my house. A very neat thing, because each and every watt that I'm going to scavenge from the sun is going to disappear from my bill. That is excellent. And it also shows that I have a lot of room upwards, so I could actually add a second one. and still not feed anything back into the grid, especially not more than is allowed. That is a very, very good thing that I found out. Yeah, so regarding the panels that showed up, they came this morning and they were really well packed. They were easy to carry, like one of them is about 21 kilograms. The packaging was not overly efficient. Let's keep it at that. They're well protected. Sure, if they fall over, hit anything in a stupid way, they're going to break. But for just handling them carefully, they were adequately packed, and they were easy to carry. I unpacked them. I had a look. They look quite okay for being so cheap. I was not expecting a lot, but at least I wasn't disappointed. I took them. I packed them away in my garage, and I'll just be waiting for the rest of the deliveries. And I've been notified that quite a lot of stuff is on its way to get here. Now, regarding the timing, it was part of the offer that everything would be sent off within 2 to 4 days after purchasing it. No, we didn't make that. So right now we're on business day number 9, and the first things showed up today. I'm expecting at least another 2 to 3 days, business days, for the rest of the stuff to show up. So it's probably going to be next week until everything is there. Not everything has been sent yet, and I have to check with the company. But for being the cheapest seller, they are quite responsive. They have a chat tool, which is kind of a pain to use, but just be persistent. If you get through the chat tool to somebody who's on the other side, they're going to help you, and it doesn't take long. So I'm kind of surprised by that. Because I've bought other stuff that was cheap, and where people just simply weren't reachable. You had no idea when this stuff was going to turn up, and how long it was going to take, and what was going to happen. But with this seller, yeah, it seems to be working out okay, and they offered an explanation straight up front. They were telling us, we have problems right now, we have so many orders, we have part of our staff that is sick, it is going to take a few days longer. And right now we're still within a few days. Now, I didn't only profile my power consumption, I also profiled my solar heating. And fortunately, we had a very nice day, like around the first weekend of February, where it was pretty cold, where the heating inside the house was running, but solar heating kicked in, and it actually performed really well. And I can use this data as a blueprint of what I can expect from the solar PV array. It is not going to be the same values, but the power generation should follow a similar curve. And since basically solar PV is probably going to start up earlier than my solar heating is, I will probably have a running PV before the pump for the water heating turns on, which would be really nice. And I'm looking forward to getting some numbers back. How much am I going to generate? How much is it? How far is it going to cover my consumption over a day? And that's what I'm going to do the next few days. So I just wanted to give you updated, and I just wanted to give you an updated and keep you updated of what's happening, and just tell you that things are still moving. And I wasn't going to make a video like for every day and keep just talking you through it and tell you today I've been waiting, yesterday I was waiting, and today I'm still waiting. No, I'm going to give you a video like for every day where something significant happens, when something turns up, when I've made some sort of breakthrough in measuring my my power consumption, or when something unexpected happens with the delivery or with some of the goods. So right now we're still looking pretty good. Most of the stuff is on its way here. Unfortunately, some of the mounting hardware is not. So I hope that this doesn't turn into some sort of unobtainium where I just have to wait like forever. Because then I'm probably going to go out and buy those parts somewhere else. Even if I have to go right here into town, go to the local Harbor Freight, or I don't know where I can get that stuff, but I will find it. And we're going to go out and put this thing on my garden shed and see how it performs. So I think that was it for this update. Thanks for watching, and I hope that we get some hardware here soon so that we can actually really look at stuff and start looking into how this stuff is supposed to work and how it can be so cheap. So thank you very much for watching, and bye-bye.